EA Sports is setting up Colorado. It's very clear. It's either someone is the biggest Colorado fanboy of all time out there at EA, or someone hates Deion Sanders' guts. You put Colorado at top 10 offenses, a 4-8 team. Look, I'm a dang prime guy. I'm all about prime. No Jake Paul, no Logan Paul, no KSI. What is that? What is he called? I don't know. But what I'm trying to tell you is y'all knew what y'all were doing, putting Colorado anywhere near a top 10 list, going 4-8 in the Pac-12. What are we talking about, big dog? And then you go over here and say they're ranked number 16 in the nation in college football 25 when they are ranked number 11 apparently in the Big 12 polls. And I'm not sure if y'all know that, but the Big 12 only has like 12.
Are you serious, my brother?
You got the Colorado Buffaloes situation here where Travis Hunter is, of course, the player of the year, defensive Big 12 player of the year. Now, this isn't EA college football's fault, but I just feel like this is aiding and abetting on to the whole situation that we're really seeing here. And that situation, right, is that they knew what they're doing, dog. They knew what this was. This is a calculated thing. They know that this isn't really a beneficiary to Deion Sanders. Like I hope, like, and I get the jokes. Oh, Deion Sanders is paying him off. That's hilarious. That's funny. I like the jokes, but in reality, like it's only messing things up for Deion. All these little kids at it on fire. They already hate Colorado. They're saying Colorado is overrated, which I believe they are overrated coming into this video game, and then they're gonna use that video game to shit on them when they go, god dang, 5-7. Because like let's be honest here, boys. If we're being and going to have an honest conversation about the Colorado Buffalo football team, I think realistically they can make a bowl game. I think realistically they can sneak in to the college football playoffs. And understand that when I say that, I'm not just saying, oh well, because they're 4-8. It's not that. It's the turnover. It's the lack of culture. And I don't mean in the way that some of y'all rashish. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all boys who be putting Pepe frogs on people's posts. We was Kangs. You know what you talking about. For all those individuals, I'm not trying to talk about that. But I'm being serious. I'm being real about the situation here. This is a non-culture team if you have to completely switch a whole different group of people. If it's a head coach only in his second year. That is not an indictment of the person Deion Sanders is. That's not an indictment of the organization that Deion Sanders is attempting to run. That is the truth of a second-year head coach whose most stars, besides your core of your offense and one of your best defensive players, which one of those is the same person, it's just not, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, dog. It's not a hot take to say it's going to be hard for Colorado to be successful without a deep, rich base of starters that have been there for multiple years. A deep base of seniors in which some of those are in their third year, second year, for whatever that looks like. Some seasoned, quote unquote, vets, as vet as you can be in college football. If you don't have that on a team with a completely new head coach on top of that, trying to implement things, like the cards are stacked against you. So I'm not gonna act like that's not the situation, but to be on top of that, right? And back to me wanting to think that, hey, it's a possibility that they can make a bowl game. They did have some pieces though. Hey, I don't know, man. They've attempted to fix their offensive line problem. They got a few running backs back there. Still got Travis Hunter. Still got Shadeur Sanders. By all standards, he is a top 15 a draft pick so far, what it's looking like. And I just want to take a sidebar here because as we talk about overhypes and underhypes and things and situations, I'm not going to make any more comments about Travis Hunter, how I feel, because I feel like I've gotten my own wires crossed about my evaluation of him. Because at one point I'm like, oh, well, really, he's an undeveloped cornerback that's a good wide receiver. But then as a wide receiver, he's kind of raw and he's just so athletic that he just kind of makes up for a lot of things, and the ball skills are elite. So then, well, really, he's a really good a zone corner who's rangy in the fact of his speed, but he doesn't have the size. I'm just all over the place. Shadeur Sanders, I've been confirmed. I know what he is. I think he's Geno Smith. I don't mean in the same exact play style. I mean in the ceiling of what he can be as a pro, right? Like we're not gonna just sit here and say the kid's not talented. Okay, that's not what anyone's gonna be able to get off and really be honest with you. We've seen him be talented, but we've also seen the shortcomings in his game for all the things and all the grace that we gave him with that terrible offensive line who seemed like they wanted him. Like they got a problem. Shadeur was banging, smacking his balls against one of those offensive lines ladies because he was getting thrown around. It wasn't a fun sight. It wasn't a good thing to see. So let's not take away from that. I think the most sacked quarterback or top 5 most sacked quarterback in all of college football. So that's not phenomenal. But even with that, he's lacking velocity in some of these balls. He's lacking an ability to truly push that deep ball down the field. And I think him standing at that 6'2", 6'3" frame, I feel like I would like him to get a little more. I would like him to get a little more out of his base when he's making these throws. But I say all that to say that all the goodness about him does make him serviceable as a throw. He can make those tight window throws, hit the mastery within Shadeur, and I'm hoping with a new offensive coordinator we can possibly see the flourishing of that and really see what the max level of Shadeur can be, right? With hopefully some better receivers and some things in there and that whole thing situated. He is the king of anticipation, especially I think at the level that he's at right now. He makes up for his quote unquote lack of velocity, maybe not as strong of an arm strength, right? With enough arm talent that and enough anticipation, right? That it makes him really good throws, right? But I do want it to be said that these aren't pretty throws. Like these are some ducks, but he's throwing them ducks at the right time. He's giving them enough air. He takes the right pass, and that's where that whole situation, he holds the ball. I think Shadeur Sanders knows his arm, and I think he knows what he can and can't do. So him holding the ball is like, I think he knows there's windows he can't hit. I think he knows that there's balls that he can't hit. Obviously we should, let's make a decision. Let's make a check down. Let's get boogie with it. You're an athlete. You can run a little bit. So that's what I want from Shadeur Sanders if we're really talking about living up to these top 10 offenses. If Shadeur doesn't become a guy, and we know he's clutch, we know he can score, we know he's unfazed, but if he can't be a guy that can just keep his team in the game, I think that's what Colorado is going to need. That's what it's going to take for them to live up to the 16th ranking in the nation. They're going to live up to be the top 10 offenses in the nation. I get it. These are football. This is all marketing. This is all that, but this is a setup. This is a setup for Deion Sanders. This is a setup for Colorado, because if these things don't come to fruition, if Travis Hunter isn't elite like we know he can be, if Shadeur Sanders can't silence all the craziness that happened with all the, you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember the lawsuits and the NILs and the this and that and everything else. If these things can't get figured out and everyone can't be on the same page, this is going to be nasty, dog. It's going to be a nasty sight, dog. But I don't know. We'll see, man. Y'all think this is fair? Y'all Colorado fans, y'all Colorado haters. What do y'all see and foresee happening in the world of college football in relation, not just to Colorado, right, but in relation to the full game? Are you excited? I'll be streaming it. I'll be playing it. I'll be having a good time. I'll be doing videos about it, having a good time about it, covering it in all different types of form, shapes, and things of that nature. So I hope you're locked in, tuned in. Leave a like on this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Comment, tell me what you liked about it, didn't like about it, didn't spike about it. You be easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, and we'll see you the next time the sun shines.